Okay, this is where I'm at now. Just hurt my knee. Transmission still has to come back out, so nothing much has changed there. I just had to put it in there to check my drive shaft angle, tail shaft angle. So that's getting pulled out sometime this week. But what I'm really focusing on is I just want to get the engine put together as much as possible. Things are going well, better than expected. Some things that I didn't think were going to be a problem are a problem. For example, I was hoping I'd be able to cut the power steering portion out of the bracket and just use it for the alternator and the tensioner pulley. But the alternator needs to sit up like this, and as you can see, it's protruding out into the doghouse area. So then I thought, well, I'll just cut a section of the doghouse out and put a little hump that kind of sticks out like this. Well, that happens to be right where the doghouse latches. So that's not gonna work. It lines up almost perfectly right here, so I'd be cutting this section out right here and bringing a hump out. So I'll probably end up having to move that latch, but then I'll have to do something here because this portion comes out here to meet the doghouse. See how it's recessed there? So maybe I can move this latch down to here and then, you know, do the same thing on the doghouse. I got the throttle body done last night and got it fastened to the intake. So for this, I guess this would be the plenum and this would be the throttle body and this is the intake. So, but right now what I'm doing is running spark plug wires. I have a few of these that aren't broke. I got this double one right here, and there's these little tits that are attached to the valve cover, and I believe there's two on the other side, and then these slide on to those. See, I've got one on right here. So I think I'm gonna do the plug wires first, see how they want to be routed. I don't know how they get to the passenger or to the driver's side. These are the driver's side, these are the passenger side. So this would be the exhaust gases, this would be the combustion. So maybe check the internet, see if I can see some pictures of stock 2.3s and see how those wires run. I kind of wonder, I have a feeling that this one right here, this double, this holds 4 wires all together. And I kind of have a feeling that that goes here. And then all 4 of those wires go under this. Actually, what is that? There's a PCV valve, but then there's also this. So that must be some kind of breather vent or something. Anyways, I have a feeling that the wires all go through here and go under here and then to the 4. This is the set here. I guess we know where that one goes. Is that the shortest? Yeah, actually these are all different lengths except these 2. Oh, and those 2. But this one is clearly longer. This is the longest one. And if it's 1, 3, 4, 2, I'm guessing that longest one is 4. Yeah, and it'll actually go the distance. It'll make it there. I wonder if this came with any grease. Nope, did not. I'm not going to snap them on the plugs yet. I'm just going to kind of tentatively put them on the plugs. What is the second longest? It would be this one. And it's 1, 3, 4, 2. Number 3. Let's set it on the plug. Is the third longest. Well, now we might be getting into like third longest might go over here. 2, 4, 3, 1. So we'll go to 4. The exhaust side. 3 on the exhaust side. Yeah, that seems too long, but that has got to be. We know that this one's right here, so I'm gonna snap this one on. This is the coming from the throttle pedal, from the gas pedal, and then this is the cable, the throttle cable from the 4-cylinder, and it's ending right about the right spot. So I'm gonna take this piece of steel, shape it, and it's basically gonna sit in there about like this. And I'm going to put a little L bracket on here to hold this, to fasten that into that cable. So I'm going to get started. First I'm going to take some parts of this that I know I don't need. I've got this pile of steel here that I'm trying to use whenever possible. I got this plate out here, and I could have used this. This is pretty thick stuff. But I like how this has a taper in it. So that'll get me out of way, because there's actually there's a hump right here. Right here, there's a hump. So if I use that straight piece, it's gonna run into that hump, and then I'm gonna end up trapping it, tightening it, and then just squeezing it against that. So I like the fact that this one has some taper to it. It'll take it out away from that hump there. So like I said, I'm gonna shape this. Got my holes there. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this side because it actually starts to curl. So I want to get rid of all that there where it starts to bend. I want it all flat. All right, this is what I got so far. Got that piece cut down. So that's gonna go on here like this. And then I've got an L. And I still gotta cut this and shape it and everything, but that's gonna connect somewhere on there like that. I'm gonna weld that on there. It'll be something like this. And then this cable, I'm gonna drill a hole in the end here. This cable will mount in here, like so. Something like that. See, whatever I connect onto this arm to the lever, I can bring it forward as much as I need to, because I'm just going to do another one of these, just like this, on the arm to grab this. I got this part done. Actually, it's all done. Just got to put this on. I mean, it's not painted, obviously. As long as everything works out, I'm going to paint it now or tonight. Okay, let's give it the test. Oh yeah. Actually, it is freaking perfect. That's the end of the travel right there on the pedal, and it's the end of the travel on the throttle body. Oh, and it's super easy too. Well, I mean, it's not like there's nothing there, but... All right, got something crossed off. Imagine that. And that grommet, that plastic grommet fits in there perfect, so I don't have to worry about that jumping out. I now have a throttle. So there's the pedal. That's where it goes through the sidewall there. Yep, that's full travel. Can't get any more out of it. It's nice and smooth. There's no hang-ups. Even though this is pretty taut. I don't really like this bend in here. But it's not affecting it at all, so. This is what I'm working on today. This is the power steering and alternator bracket and tensioner. And this sticks way too far out. So if I was to, I don't know if I can give an example here. Basically, it would end up sticking all the way out about that far, which puts it well into the doghouse over here. So that alternator, this bolt right here on the alternator would end up all the way out here, and I'd have to put a big hump in the doghouse in order to relieve that. So I was gonna do that. I've been kind of working around it, coming up with a plan. I've shifted. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these two provisions right here. Bolt a plate, and I'm just going to use all thread. I'm going to build two little pillars, so to speak, supports for this side of the alternator. Put some nuts on there so I can tighten it, because I lost my tensioner also. However I support this side of the alternator is also going to have to be able to put tension on it to tighten the alternator belt. I still don't know if this is the best way to go about it. I'm not real excited about doing it this way. This is the cheapest, easiest way, I think, and it should be strong enough. So I just hope I'm not kind of spinning my gears here. There's a much easier, more obvious way to do it, and it's just not coming to me. So I just decided to just get it done. That way I can move on and just focus on the transmission. I just gotta weld this top piece on here. This is all this is all done. I'm gonna drill a hole here and a drill a hole here and put all thread through there, and that's how I'm gonna tension the alternator and stabilize that side of it. I'm working on the top portion of the bracket. These here. I just built this spacer, so some black pipe and a washer. I'm really dealing with this throttle cable here, just trying to stay out of the way of it. So I'm gonna, once I get to that point, I'll grind this away here to relieve some space for the throttle cable. I'm gonna relieve this corner here, round both of these off actually on the top. It's not getting painted tonight. I'll come out here someday after work. I don't want to spend any of my weekend time dealing with the alternator. I wanted to get this done. So next week I can work on the transmission. Not gonna worry about really wrenching this thing down yet until the final install. All right, let's see if I can get this bracket in here with this all thread on right. Yeah, I think so. All right. Almost got ahead of myself though. Since I know that I can get the bracket on with this all thread already on here, I'll just paint it like that. Okay. All right, what do we need here? The reason I did two of these, I know that 1 5/8 all thread would have handled the burden of tensioning this alternator. But I'm worried about getting it like whopper jawed, getting it crooked, and again, putting too much stress on this ear right here up top. So I want this to be locked. I'm gonna tighten the belt. I'm gonna lock all these jam nuts here, then tighten this bolt so all of this isn't moving whatsoever. and then tighten the ear up top here. It's not getting tight as fast as I thought it would. All right, that's the gist of it right there. That back one's a little crooked, but the front one's nice and straight for sure. That spacer I made out of that black pipe kind of looks messy, but it's holding good. Turn out the lights, party's over. I gotta get through my work week and we'll be back out here.